How's it going, guys? My name is Alex.
Good evening.
And welcome to a video where I'm going to be comparing EAFC and eFootball. What do they have to bring to the table for their 26th version of the game, 2026? It feels like they're going to be competing for the crown. Obviously, EA is going to be crushing eFootball as usual. There are some other games which are creeping in, Rematch, Goals, and UFL, of course. But when it comes down to eFootball, they didn't really announce much. We know only like we got some breadcrumbs from their 30th anniversary event. EAFC, on the other hand, has already released a gameplay trailer and a deep dive trailer as well. And I wanted to talk about the changes to the game because a lot of people, a lot of EAFC critics and skeptics who have been playing this game religiously, they're actually excited about the changes. And this is just another way for you to take a look at whether it is worth maybe pre-ordering the game or just stick to eFootball, what they're about to show to us. So a little bit unfair to eFootball just because we haven't seen the gameplay. We've seen the trailer, right? The Wayne Rooney trailer. We've seen the announcement, 30 years anniversary trailer. It wasn't necessarily featuring some groundbreaking gameplay additions, but they definitely shown us probably that Konami is not really tweaking gameplay that much. If they were, it would be logical to assume that they're giving us some kind of snippets of that, because their game is released on the 14th of August, or maybe around that date, and they should already be doing something, giving some sneak peeks. And all they're gonna be doing is just they announced that there's gonna be an event one day prior to its release. So it's just announcing maybe some cosmetic changes to the menus, and that's it. So let's take a look at the EAFC. I have some notes over here with me. So some of the biggest changes, they introduced shot types, and now there is more ways to score goals, more animations. Some overpowered Trivela shots will be nerfed allegedly. The simplified skill modes is a little bit interesting direction that EAFC decided to take their game into, just simply because it's definitely not as bad as Smart Assist on eFootball. Like Smart Assist now introduced, and a lot of people, new players as well, they just entered the game and it just switched on by default. And when you play against people who know that they turned on Smart Assist, you know what's happening. These snappy one-touch passes, the stunning passes, they are you just see Konami just changing the direction, changing the power of the pass, changing pass midway into stunning pass, and shots always, and dribbles and defending. Everything is assisted, so it feels like you're playing against some kind of end game legendary AI, and just not fun anymore. If I want to play against AI, I will do that. But for Konami, they decided to go this route. EAFC is simplifying skill modes. Talking about playstyles, there are some inverted wingers, there are some additional playstyles that EA is adding, and people are not really happy about that as well. And it feels like EA wants to kind of nab this type of feature from Football Manager in a way. There are two modes, right? So in AFC, what you have authentic mode and you have competitive mode, and I think you will be forced to use one in online division games, if you play against other users, and the other one can be probably used against AI. I just didn't really get the clarifications, but the fact that there is two modes, it's just nice, because people have been complaining and people really don't really know what they want in a way, they want game to be better, and now EA gives you a chance to choose between the two modes. Speaking about defending, now defending feels a little bit more rewarding. First and foremost, they announce, right? That's in their patch notes. It's not necessarily going to be happening, but when you're tackling a player and there is a deflection happening as a result, tackle maybe not as precise as you would have wanted to, it will be more logical and favoring a defender, because that's usually how it happens. Usually before in football, that's how most of the goals I can see it. My defender tackles someone, cannot trap the ball, gets tackled in return, and now my opponent is 1-on-1 with his attacker. So in EA, I assume I haven't been playing this game. Hands up. Just saying, it feels like it was the case there as well, and I noticed there's a lot of people are talking about that, and they're happy they introduced that. Jockey has always also been improved, and it feels like the passing has been improved too. So they improved the speed of the passes, but the precision of one-touch passes, so that people are not abusing the quick mechanic of just tapping X on their controller all the time and just getting these one-touch passes assisted by AI. They're not going to be as precise. So that is an interesting addition. And of course, positioning of players in attacks. So usually before, some players were sticking to the to the wider areas and where you'd expect them to run into the box. So they also talked about that. this is major gameplay changes to EAFC, but for eFootball, we can't really talk about gameplay, right? So, because they haven't shown us any. But we've seen some trailer, right? Like that trailer that was dedicated to Konami's 30th anniversary. We've seen that there is a stadium that has custom banners, and probably that hints into customization of the game. Now, you may, just a rumor, maybe you'll be able to customize your own stadium, maybe customize your kits, maybe an edit mode that we've been dreading about, and maybe some kind of like customization of your boots. That's something that UFL has. I don't think that that's just like something outrageous to demand, just something to do with your team other than just jump into divisions and facing someone who is abusing smart assist. It feels like losing your mind and then just exiting the game and just doing whatever you want. It feels like it's going to be at least something in the game. Like, look, there is also a special event called Treasure Link, another way to socialize with your friends. So this is not even, like, if you take a look at how many things you can do in the game in EA, this is not even funny how, like, miles ahead EA is. The 5v5 mode, you can play with friends, there's an alternative of co-op as well. I don't know about the open world, it's a rumor still, we don't really know about EA open world, but this is something that you probably have an achievement in eFootball, like a badge or like GPs, right? And you can wager that against someone else, and if you win, you just nab the achievement of your opposition, and if you lose, of course, you lose that achievement or GPs. If you kind of nab coins, but like imagine coin wagers in football. I don't know if that's gonna be they're gonna be taking it to that level, but that's exactly what can make this game become a little bit more alive, in my opinion. Some kind of like a way to socialize with your friends and make it more fun other than just jumping into divisions and just grinding it non-stop. They also announced some licenses. Like, look, now licenses is not even like they're EA just acquired Zlatan like into the game, and he's the face of the game this year. And Konami is just obviously they just got Pelé, they just got Wayne Rooney. Some of the legends, I think Romario is one of them, right? So some of the legends are only available in in eFootball, but most of them, like EA has like licensing to the much bigger range of players, and just recently Konami brought Pelé and Wayne Rooney, and they presented that at the 30th anniversary event. Link and play, like, look, this is something that actually I'm looking forward to see how Konami is going to be implementing that. So allegedly you will have a special boost to your players if you're using a special manager that has affiliation to a team or nationality, and thus, for instance, if you're using, like I shown you that in my previous videos, if you have Rijkaard, now your Barcelona players in your team may have some kind of a boost. Like I'm big proponent of returning chemistry links. That's something that obviously FIFA Ultimate Team had before, but that was fun because it prompts you to build teams based off like some kind of like challenge. Right now you can put in the best cards out there, and if you face someone online, right, so they don't really put in a lot of thought in their team. They just open a pack, just go all in, completely wipe out the pack and get Gullits, get Vieiras and Rijkaards, and out of sudden you're facing a monster team, and there is no challenge to build that team, you know? So having links or some kind of like improvement and prompts you using certain players, and yeah, that would be fantastic. Obviously there is no market, no way to exchange players, and these are like rumors. I think Konami are really careful when it comes down to cards that they want to sell to you, and if the moment you can acquire them later, right? You missed out on a pack, you can maybe acquire that card later. They fear that the sales of the coin deals will drop significantly because people will know that eventually they can grind coins and get the desired Vieira card or like a Cannavaro card. So for that, they will probably not be introducing market and player exchange feature. And that is pretty much it. So that's what I gathered online from the presentations, from the notes, from the EA's deep dive video as well. If you enjoyed this video, let me know what you think about EA's changes, revamped gameplay game. And look, they also started their trailers with the reference to community. You talked about like the problems with the gameplay in our game, and we addressed that. So even if the update will like be a little bit clunky and maybe like not really playable, at least they try to address these, and like it's going to be interesting to see a brand new football game in a way, right, quote unquote. And then Konami is not even talking about like gameplay changes or engine changes. graphic revamp, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's been my video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.